You know I'm all about the cheap food. So this was my breakfast, unlimited breakfast, obviously. Baguettes, croissant, and some vegan milk. This was outside the hotel or the hostel that I stayed and the Sacre-Cœur which I saw. This is the metro station and I'm heading towards Eiffel Tower or Tour Eiffel in French. All the buildings in France are all three-story. None of the skyscraper are to be seen, but it looks cool. A lot of roundabouts and it confused the hell out of me and their underground tunnels, which is cool. This is the Trocadero with golden man sculptures, I guess, whatever. And this is the Eiffel Tower. It rained like crazy the time I went there. The floors were slippery, and ooh, this is my favorite picture of all time. I'm wearing the hat. Eiffel Tower as a hat. Crazy me. Doing some cliche poses, holding the Eiffel Tower within my finger. Oh, I almost touched it. Owie! And this is the man posing like he's lifting something really giant. Another picture, this time taken by a random stranger. Ooh, and look at all the floors. You can see the shine. This is another bridge. What is bridges called in French? Pont. That's right. That's what you learned from the last video. An almost reflection of Eiffel Tower, if only the lady didn't run beyond that. Another picture. This is from down and under the Eiffel Tower. And popular to contrary belief, no, cars don't go under it. And there's a huge glass panel, as you can see from here, that can't that you can't go below it unless you pay for it. This is another train, that local train that you can visit from place to place, not the metro that I showed earlier. Posing and ooh, Notre Dame. So I visited Notre Dame. This is another church that the visiting is for free. That's right, you heard it, for free entrance. You don't need to pay anything to go inside the church, but you obviously need to pay €8 to go up and beyond and to see the gloomy skies. Look at all the crowds. This is one of the oldest cathedral built in 1163 or something, whatever. And the sculptures and the architecture just amazed me. What I also wanted to tell you is that the guy who pictured Notre Dame, the guy who envisioned Notre Dame to be like this, never got to see it finish because he died. And there were lots of architects that kept changing again and again. And so, yeah, there were a bunch of architects. It took almost 500 years to get built to where we see right now. Lots of stained windows. It's very calm and peaceful. Also, comment down if you can see the flags of your country. The church itself is very big, or cathedral I must say, and filled with a lot of historical evidences like what the Pope used to wear at that time and all that stuff. And it's very, all the relic and the paint jobs are like awesome. All the stained glasses as well. If only I could paint all those stained glasses like how I do my artsy videos. Nah, it would be a horrific and epic feel. Yeah, these are some of the sculptures depicting Jesus, Mary, Joseph. I don't know about all this stuff, but yeah, you get that. So 1163, this is what they planned on building Notre Dame. Wouldn't have been Notre Dame. And slowly, year after year, 100 years later, they built it, they expanded it, and we get to see the Notre Dame that is today in a very long time. It almost took like 500 years to perfect everything. So yeah, pretty long time. The only thing that I don't like is that all the sculptures and the scriptures are written in French and I don't read French. So, yep. Anyways, comment down or hit like if you spot your country's flag. Would be cool. I didn't find mine, but it would be cool if anybody actually found mine. So here's a zoomed in picture of all the sculptures, and every sculpture is super different from one another. That shows that the architect who shared the vision were not the same people. This is the backside of the Notre Dame, which many people miss. Yes, like all buildings, it has a front and a back. The back is where you can sit down, pose for pictures like I am doing right here. And yeah, really high ceilings. These are the ceilings that you need to aim for. Alright, I'm gone up, and this is the view from up. Also, if you squint really hard, you can see the Eiffel Tower. I had to climb about 300 stairs in this, and these are the people who are taking the pair of slides with me. And this is what it is: suicide proof, so that you don't fall over. So yeah. But the one thing that I was very afraid of was taking pictures, because I didn't want to drop my phone. Oh yeah, T-Mobile swag. And I'm taking really cool artsy pictures with blurry lines. I'm stammering, guys. I'm sorry. Anyways, if you look closer, these are all the scriptures, and you can't breathe inside. It's like so stuffy, but you just walk fast, pant fast, and then head on for the next new adventure. That's Notre Dame. And after that, I wanted to see the bridges, which is what France is famous for. Paris, I'm sorry. And you can see a lot of bridges after every 20 feet. Under the bridge is what river flows, is River Seine or Seine. And it's a pretty big river. Obviously, if you swim deep, you would find lots of keys, because year after year people have been dropping keys to their locks. This is another city hall of Paris, and you can see the Notre Dame from where I walked. On the other side is the city hall. The gates are quite exquisite with gold paintings. This is another church called Saint Cathedral, and I'll tell you why it's famous for. The entire cathedral is filled with nothing but, wait for it, okay. Damn you, pictures and selfies. That's right, stained glass paintings. The entire cathedral is nothing but stained glass painting. Just look at it. Just look at it. If you go during morning, evening, whenever, all you can see is dim lights and nothing but beautiful relic glass pictures. Just amazing. No, seriously, amazing. I wonder how people even drew all that stuff and handled glass. I can't even think about it. Alright, here's another pillar, and I'm walking towards the Lovelock Bridge at this time. I would try to use some filters, which I failed miserably. I got lost under a tunnel. I thought I was going to take a shortcut, but ended up taking the long route. Yup, facepalmed myself. This is another garden behind the Louvre Museum. Alright, I'm here to another bridge, which is not called the Lovelock Bridge, but another cousin bridge, where you can lock locks, and you can see my cold door lock, and another one called Paris, because I love Paris. And I threw the key in the river Seine so that I can seal my love. Here's another picture posing near all the locks. I've seen a lot of city doing that right now, the copying, but this is the OG Lovelock Bridge. Some of the other French sculptures, if you can't lock it over here, they find a lamppost and lock it. Just want to find a spot where they can lock the keys. Unbelievable. Anyways, there was a video shoot going on, and this is the actual Lovelock Bridge, so people have written love, just love, and you can't lock the bridge anymore. You can just throw the keys into the river, because believe it or not, lots of tourists came to see the love, and the bridge broke, and so since then they banned people from doing it. Anyways, after this, I took a short trip to Versailles, which is another city in France. Yes, I visited two cities in France, Paris and Versailles. Versailles is a old relic. Shall we enter the palace? Since it was fall season, you see all the leaves down below. Very majestic, very messy as well. Ooh, that's the palace. Versailles is the palace where Louis XVI went, and he lived there and ruled France at that time. There's a huge crowd just to go and take a sneak peek. These gates are not made of real gold, they're just painted, but it looks damn damn dapper, damn dope, uh, all the superlatives right there. The ticket for this particular palace was 20 euros. Since I was in the youth discount, I got it for cheaper, around 15. But I'll tell you why it wasn't worth going inside after I actually went and saw the entire estate. The palace itself is cool. You see all the chamber, the king's chamber where he slept, where he went on the corridor, all his exquisite paintings, but it reminded me too much of Lore. I saw a lot of mirrors and I took a lot of mirror selfies, as you can see here. The grand piano. So this is actually his palace, his paintings, the lots of things about the war. Yeah, there is a saying that the Napoleon Bonaparte lived in this palace as well, and you can see the very famous Napoleon Bonaparte portrait, which you see in all the textbooks and everything that you come to know about him. There are a lot of king's sculptures, his courtyard, everything. Obviously, they renovate year over year, but all the embellishments, all the sculptures are the original one that was built in 17th century to 16th to 17th century. This is Louis the 16th, the culprit for and the reason for the French Revolution. Bit of a history lesson there. I'm a bit of a history nerd as well. So after you come from the palace, you see a huge lake. Yeah, that's a lake. And I was just posing. And from here, you realize the vastness of the palace, or they call it the estate. And then you can go and then you can just walk. It's about 25 to 40 acres of palace ground. Since it was fall season or autumn, you don't see any blooming flowers or botanical gardens. But if you go in some other season, like say spring or something, you would see all the flowers, all the sheep, all the animals flocking around the estates. Right now, they just don't do much over there. And from here, I wanted to go to the Queen's Chamber. So that was the King's Palace that you see here, and this is the Queen Chamber. This is a private palace, so you have to pay extra to want to see what she lived like, and I did not want to do that at this point. My legs were aching, and I just wanted to go see the Eiffel Tower. So, okay, now that we are here, this is the Eiffel Tower in the night. And I'm posing again. What more can you expect at this point? All right, so let's go up, up, up. So, as you know, it was raining in the previous picture. So, in the night, it was snowing. That's right, it was snowing. So, I'll show you some pictures. These are the pictures from down. Obviously, you might not have seen any pictures from Google that show below the Eiffel Tower, but you saw it first here, guys. So I'm here on the first level of Eiffel Tower, which is the 15 floors up, and you can see the garden that I took the picture from the morning. Yeah, that's where I was at, and I could see all this the garden in the nighttime. Obviously, the Eiffel Tower looks best in the night than the day, and I went up, and this is the picture from up. Obviously super scared, and I was also very scared that I'm going to drop the phone through the holes. Place to kiss, ooh la la, Paris love. Paris is a very romantic place, and obviously people are not afraid to show their love. This is the snow there because it rained rain in the morning and it was snowing in the night, and it was freaking cold. I was regretting wearing leggings because it was so cold. Yeah, and I'm biting my ticket. Another shot from down and under, and yeah, this is the place where I took the picture from, and I'm overlooking the garden, and this is where the garden was at. The nighttime picture of Eiffel Tower, which you might have seen. This is the telegram lighthouse sort of a thing. This is my hostel. I came home after, I keep saying home, but I just spent my night. This is the bunk bed that I took. This is me gonna sleep, super tired, hella tired. These are some of my hostel mates. They were nice. Alright, guys. Bye.